Well, let's go to the economy. Expert economists out today again saying there's a 50-50 chance of recession, but not all bad news. I tell you, when the ABS numbers landed this morning, I was quite happy to see a fall in inflation, Trudy, to 5.6% in the year to May. That's a significant drop. We were earlier at 6.8%. Hopefully, it's going to take pressure off the RBA and rate hikes. Good news there for a treasurer who crowed about his budget surplus today. I have to say, you probably should be picking up the phone and thanking Josh Frydenberg, saying that this is his financial year, not Labor's. But it's all commodities. It's the very commodities that Labor want to stop us using here in Australia. Don't want us to mine coal and don't want us to use gas and all of that. And I guess the downside here is once we have this bright light of a surplus this financial year, we're straight back to basically wall-to-wall deficits, aren't we?
Well, and the Treasurer has not shied away from that. He's made that clear before, that this might be the good year for the budget and then things are going to deteriorate. It is interesting politically. He said today, it's a substantially bigger surplus than they announced back in the budget, but it's not the final number. We won't get that for a couple of months until the final budget outcome. So he's going to have a few bites of the cherry here and slowly drip out what is a pretty good news story for him, the first Treasurer to hand down a surplus in 15 years. In monthly inflation numbers, interesting though, Peter, I spoke to an economist today saying be a bit cautious about that top monthly number, that if you looked at underlying inflation, it only came down from 6.5 to 6.4, and that's the real number that the Reserve Bank is actually looking at. So don't get your hopes up that we're not necessarily going to see a rate hike next month.
I might add too, it might be the first surplus brought down by a treasurer in 15 years, but it's the first Labor surplus since 1989, and that sticks in my head because I was in year 12 way back then. So I'm telling you, it is a long time ago.